Do you know he's Muslim and he's Turkish and he's still a Muslim? And do you know what Turks did to Armenians and Assyrians? You ever heard of the Armenian genocide or the Assyrian genocide?
So Hasan Piker just exposed one of the most deranged displays of racist tokenism I've ever witnessed. Patrick Bet-David, who runs a pyramid scheme disguised as financial services, literally describes keeping a Muslim chef as his personal surveillance project. This is textbook dehumanization wrapped in evangelical paranoia.
He's like, I have a slave now. I have a Turkish slave in revenge for my ancestors. I bring him everywhere with me. I show him the world. I say, this could all be yours, but you can't have it. He went and got himself a janissary.
Janissaries were Ottoman slave soldiers, often kidnapped Christian boys forcibly converted to Islam. Bet-David is literally fantasizing about enslaving someone in reverse historical revenge. The psychological violence of telling someone, this could all be yours, but you can't have it, while parading them around is pure sadism.
Because I isolate the relationship with that individual, and I still tell them how concerned I am with what Islam could do to America. I am still concerned of that, of what's happened in many different societies.
This is textbook tokenism psychology. Isolate one individual, claim they're one of the good ones, then use that relationship to justify broader bigotry. It's the same logic slaveholders used, claiming personal kindness while supporting systemic oppression. Classic psychological manipulation disguised as friendship.
He's monitoring the situation with Islam. He's keeping a close watch on this Islam situation, you know, because he's worried. He's concerned that it's going to take over America.
This surveillance state mentality leads directly to hate crimes and discrimination. When you frame entire religious communities as threats requiring monitoring, you're building the ideological foundation for persecution. It's the same rhetoric that preceded Japanese internment and Muslim surveillance programs post 9/11.
When these guys talk about New York, they make it seem like New York is now under the Islamic Caliphate or something.
This follows the exact playbook used against Irish Catholics, Italian immigrants, and Jewish communities throughout American history. Create phantom threats about foreign takeover, point to random neighborhoods, claim imminent cultural destruction. It's political fear-mongering 101, and it works every single time.
He said Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America.
That's eliminationist rhetoric, framing an entire religion as a weapon designed to destroy America. This language has historically preceded genocide and mass violence. When you dehumanize people as tools of destruction rather than human beings, you're laying groundwork for unthinkable consequences.
He said Charlie Kirk, peace be upon him, the great prophet, had a take on Islam. The prophet Charlie Kirk said, Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America.
The irony is devastating. Using Islamic honorific language to mock Charlie Kirk, while actual Christian teachings emphasize loving your enemies and welcoming strangers. These evangelical grifters have completely abandoned Christ's core message of compassion for fear-based political power.
Obviously, Noah Smith is a disgusting monster, another major Islamophobe. I'm not happy about the growth of Islamo-leftism in America. We're following the UK down this path, and it's not good.
Liberal and conservative Islamophobia create a perfect pincer movement. One side uses feminist concerns, the other uses Christian nationalism. Both achieve the same dehumanization. Meanwhile, UK immigration fears are largely manufactured. Muslims make up just 6.5% of Britain's population.
I love that he's not out-woking Tucker, but instead out-racisting Tucker. Like, this is right-wing infighting.
Right-wing media has become an outrage arms race where extremism equals engagement. Being more racist than Tucker Carlson is now a viable business model. These personalities compete for who can say the most shocking thing because controversy literally pays their bills.
I don't want people to come to America and Muslimically have 3+ kids. I want them to have kids Christian style.
The contradiction is staggering. Large families are supposedly destroying America, but only when they're Muslim. Christian families with multiple children are blessed. Identical Muslim families are an invasion. This exposes the religious supremacist logic underlying the entire argument.
He's like a MLM schemer, by the way, which is probably unsurprising to zero people. MLM schemer, born-again Christian, loves capitalism. That's his only real religion.
PHP agency perfectly represents prosperity gospel corruption, using Christianity to justify pyramid schemes that prey on working-class communities. These televangelists turned capitalism into their actual religion while using Jesus as marketing copy for financial exploitation.
Patrick Bet-David founded PHP Agency in 2009, a financial services company specializing in life insurance that operates using multi-level marketing model. Critics, including a 2019 The Daily Beast investigation and YouTuber CoffeeZilla, have likened it to a pyramid scheme, alleging heavy reliance on recruitment fees, $150 training fee, monthly fees, rather than just product sales.
CoffeeZilla documented how PHP Agency recruits vulnerable people with $150 training fees, monthly charges, and promises of financial freedom. Classic MLM structure. The real product isn't insurance. It's selling recruitment dreams to desperate people while executives get rich.
He's like, I have a sprinkle of libertarianism in me, which is why I think we need to purge every Muslim from the boundaries of the state. Famously, a libertarian policy is too many Muslims in the country.
True libertarianism means maximum individual freedom and minimal government interference in personal choices, including religion. Wanting to purge Muslims requires massive state power and religious discrimination. This is fascism cosplaying as libertarian principles.
He pre-banned you years ago. Yeah, Patrick Bet-David refused to have me on the show. Not exactly sure why, but are we team Patrick Bet-David or Tucker? Which of these heroes are we fighting for? I say let him fight.
Conservative media creates echo chambers by platforming extremists while avoiding anyone who might challenge their narratives. They'll host Holocaust deniers, but won't debate actual progressives because real confrontation exposes how hollow their arguments actually are.
Both of these individuals, Tucker Carlson and Patrick Bet-David, have refused to have me on their shows, so I'm an outsider. What prompted this video? Apparently Tucker Carlson said something about Patrick Bet-David, and that's took place. That's how this happened.
This perfectly illustrates how effective analysis works, using right-wing infighting to expose the broader ecosystem of grift and extremism. When these figures attack each other, they accidentally reveal the cynical calculation behind their public personas.
Tucker on the new religion of Trump's America and his mockery of Jesus Christ. 1.5 million views. Oh my God, this is America B shit, I think. Or maybe it's America A shit. I just don't even know about it. That's crazy though. 2 days, 1.5 million views.
Social media algorithms reward engagement over truth, so the most outrageous content gets amplified. Hate and division literally generate revenue through ad clicks and subscription growth. These platforms have monetized America's social fabric destruction.
We have been focusing on monitoring the motherfucking situation like a bunch of dumb idiots, trying to make sense of what Trump is saying, trying to understand if the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open or not. Meanwhile, these guys are just talking about shit that Americans actually care about.
While Trump announces military action against Iran and deportation operations targeting millions, conservative media focuses on manufactured culture wars. It's classic misdirection. Keep people arguing about religious demographics while actual authoritarianism gets implemented.
He's saying the argument he's trying to present, well, he's not so subtly saying that Trump is secretly Jewish, but the argument on his face is him saying Trump has more reverence and respect for Jews than he does for his supposed own religion, Christianity, a religion that almost all of his supporters do believe in. He's trying to basically sever by force Trump's ties with his own base of support.
Tucker is using classic anti-Semitic dual loyalty tropes while pretending to defend Christianity. It's the same fascist playbook. Claim Jews control your leader to undermine both Jewish communities and political opponents. Pure manipulation disguised as religious concern.
The people that he is seemingly trying to communicate to. Like, I don't think that there are, Trump supporters that are watching him and going like, oh my God, Trump might be a sacred Jew. He absolutely does. Liberals love his takes. No, liberals like his takes. I think now Tucker Carlson has established an audience.
Since leaving Fox News, Tucker lost his mainstream Republican audience and now relies on online extremists and international viewers. His content has gotten more radical because he's chasing a different demographic, one that rewards increasingly extreme positions.
But I do think that he has a larger audience of like Bangladeshi unks than he does like American evangelicals at this point, at least on his YouTube page, and maybe liberals and independents as well.
American media figures often build massive international followings by positioning themselves as anti-establishment voices. Tucker's global audience sees him as challenging American power structures, even when he's actually promoting authoritarianism. It's effective propaganda export.
Yeah, you say a whole bunch of Jews when you don't want to say 6. I mean, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but he has had like the Holocaust revisionists and stuff on his broadcast before. I noticed that too. I did perk up a little bit.
Holocaust revisionist dog whistles work through plausible deniability. Say 6 million becomes a whole bunch, so you can deny intentional minimization. Tucker's history with extremist guests isn't accidental. These slips are calculated appeals to the worst elements of his audience.